What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast. We talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up?
What's going on? So, welcome to the Friday episode of the podcast. So, Monday, Tuesday are topics, Wednesday discussion, Thursdays Ask a CISSP. I had a really good one with Alfredo Nash. Please go back and check that one out. Then I have one coming up with Mark Christian. I recorded it back when I set a Christmas tree in the background. It made me laugh. It's like people are gonna be like, "Why?" They're gonna think I had my Christmas tree up in March. So, I do not. It's just that we recorded it so long ago. It took me a little while to edit it and get it out the door. And then Fridays, everything else, movies, books, games, all that cool stuff like today. But without further ado, Shannon, how was your week?
It was a good week, man. I had Friday off from work, so the wife and I went and did a lunch, tried a new restaurant to us, right? Like we tried a new restaurant. Like every other Friday I have off, and we always try to do something new together, right? While the children are in school and whatnot.
Okay.
You know, I love my children. I'm not Bernie Mac where I'm like F them kids, but I'm like, man, it's good to not having kids sometimes when we're going out just doing new things. But we had a good experience with the restaurant we went to. Went and saw our daughter. It was near where our oldest daughter was working, so we went and saw her, brought her a little snack. You know, she was busy. Usually, you know, we can find the time to chat her up a little bit, but she was a little busy, so we just dropped it off and then headed
Gotcha.
out. It was a good time Friday. Just doing that type of stuff. Tried a new donut place. I'm not a big donut guy. You wouldn't be able to tell it by how big I am, but I'm not a big donut guy. But tried these new ones and they were pretty good. It was a good day all around. But when it came to media that I've been watching, still watching Elementary. I love that show. Still getting it in. Still watching it. That I'm doing by myself. But whenever my wife comes down, she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember this episode." You know what I mean? So I was like, "I hope so." It's like my third time watching it. You know what I mean? So, but I'm still taking that in. Started watching this show. Oh, finished up Invincible. Okay, so the season finale. That was the season finale, right?
That was season finale.
I liked it, but again, I want to see more of certain characters that I didn't get to see. So when season 4 comes out, I better see a bunch of them just putting in work. But yeah, it was wild, man. That last episode, it's kind of like for people that have followed Invincible and are not up to date, like when you watch the end of the first season, like the violence that went into what was going on there, they were like, yeah, we're back at that, right? Like we're coming back to that. There was points I was just like, oh my gosh, like, oh, wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're punching people through multiple buildings. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, just like, there's all types of limbs shredded and stuff happening. It's just like, wow. But it was a good season. I'm not complaining about the season. I just would have liked to have seen other characters a little bit more. But no, it's worth the watch, everybody. Invincible. Don't watch it around your children, your young children. It is, I say double M for mature. I don't know what the rating is on Amazon, but like it's definitely, it's not for the faint of heart either, right? If you can't stand the sight of blood, even though it's animated, you don't want to watch this.
Very true.
Yeah. So the other thing I watched was this show called Running Point, with Kate Hudson. Is that her name? Kate Hudson. And it's kind of based off of, and I read an article before I watched it. For those of you that are basketball fans, Jeannie Buss, who's the president of the Los Angeles Lakers, right? One of the few women in sports that runs a big time franchise. They went to her for some of the, I don't want to say consulting, but how it will work out if a woman came into power in a sports organization. It's a fictional league, right? Like she runs Jeannie Buss runs the LA Lakers. This is the LA Waves. So like, it's not like they're hiding too much, you know what I mean, on what it is. But it's a comedy and it's hilarious. I don't know if you guys have ever watched, well, you, Ryan, I say you guys because I'm used to more of us being on, but you ever watched The Mick? With Caitlin Nelson, was the TV show. Okay, have you seen what's the one with Jennifer Lawrence? I'm trying to help you find what this guy's name is because I can't remember. I think it's Scott MacArthur is his name. But the movie with Jennifer Lawrence where she dates the kid, the rich parents want her to date the kid.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. Man, she's like a waitress or something. She loses.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So her pregnant friend, it's her husband, is one of the brothers on the show. Is the Jeannie Buss character's brother on the show? He's absolutely hilarious, man. Like he means well, but he's such an idiot. It's just like, bro, like what is wrong with you? But he's hilarious. Like everything he does, he's pretty funny. But yeah, Running Point is the name of it. I finished the 10 episode series, only half-hour episodes. I probably wouldn't have gotten through it all if it was an hour long. But yeah, 30-minute episodes, a comedy. It's kind of funny, man. It's funny. It's just the dynamics of running an organization. And the thing is, she gets put in charge because the brother that is the president has to go to rehab. It's
Oh,
funny.
okay.
Like the way that all happens and everything is just, oh my gosh. But yeah, Running Point is the name of a Netflix series. I didn't get to because the wife wasn't available. And we both watched Reacher. I haven't watched the most recent episode, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I wanna find some time today
Yeah, I was
maybe.
gonna ask you. 'Cause I saw a thumbnail and it's Reacher looking up at a dude who's even bigger than Reacher. I was like, where do they find these humongous actors
Yeah,
at?
he's like I want to say he's a Dutch or something like that bodybuilder. Like he's like
Okay. Yeah, I was like, this dude is a. He's like, I was like, did they take they play with perspective?
no. This guy is literally he's like 7'1" or something like that,
That's
and he's a
ridiculous.
bodybuilder. So yeah, and Alan Richter is the actor's name plays Reacher. He's 6'4", so like it's a good bit. He like when he looks up at. I mean, they may play some with perspective because it's only 7 inches, but yeah, there's an episode where he's looking up at him, and Reacher like when it's go time, like he makes it happen, right? And Reacher went to put hands on this dude, and it did not go
It
as
didn't work out well.
it did not go as expected. I was like, oh, okay, how you gonna do this, man? But yeah, so yeah, it's a good series, but I haven't watched the most recent one. But yeah, not a lot of like I said, watching Elementary, like I can go through several of those episodes at once. Just watching those. Running Point. What else did I watch? That might be no. There was a movie with Michael Jai White. It's crazy, right? So like, I know he doesn't make the best movies, but I love to see them
He
because the
makes
action.
masterpieces.
Yeah, it's like
Blood and
okay,
Bone.
yeah, but that's the
He
joint right
makes
there.
masterpieces.
Levon put us onto that one. He put me onto that one. I'll say that, right?
Black
But
Dynamite.
Black Dynamite, yeah. But it was Good as Dead, I think was the name of it,
Okay,
or something like that.
that sounds
And
like a title for Michael
yeah,
Jai White.
those are the titles of the movies, right? And like if you're looking for like a lot of good story, like it's not a great story. Like something happened that probably wouldn't happen, and But yeah, the action in it's like yeah, people fighting and guns going off. But yeah, it was a good watch. If you like Michael Jai White type of movies, then yeah, you'll like this. But yeah, I think it's Good as Dead or something like that was the name of it. Yeah, it was a fairly relaxing week for me, man.
I want to see the one he has with Tony Baker and a bunch of other people, but Outlaw Johnny Black. It's been on my wait list forever.
I
I've
think I
not
have
watched
it
it
in
yet.
my queue. I think I
Yeah,
have it in my queue.
I need to watch it.
So I wonder if it's like is it kind of like a spoof type thing like Black Dynamite like
I
or
think
is it
so.
a
I think
real
so.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah I'm trying to remember. I think I have it in my queue. That's Netflix. It's Netflix, right? Or
Uh, I think it's on Prime. I
is
want
it
to
Prime?
say
Okay.
it's on one of them. Like
Yeah.
a million apps we now have.
Yeah.
I think it's Prime though. I think that's where it's at.
Okay. Yeah. But no, it's he's I don't know. I watch Michael Jai White, man. I just do. But what about you, man? How was your week?
Pretty relaxing. I didn't do much. So spring break is coming up. That'll be next week. So just all the little running around to do this, and they're always doing some kind of like, come see your kids do X, or see them do Y, or here's a chorus or something like that. So we knocked out all that stuff. I don't think we'll do much. I think our plan is just to kind of do a staycation, right? Local area. I know we're gonna do an escape room, and I think we're going to a water park, either water park or either Busch Gardens Water Park or Busch Gardens proper. Uh, Busch Gardens out here is okay. Like it's like right by stuff, right? Like it's not like when we're in Virginia, you do have to go out to Williamsburg and it's like pristine. Like nah, like this. You go outside and there's a check cashing place or whatever. Like it's the difference between Disney World and Disneyland. Like people say like Disney World, right? So I go to Disney World all the time. Disney owns a bunch of property outside of the theme park, so they can expand, but also so they can push the city away. And Disneyland didn't do that, right? Because it was the first concept. So he didn't know that they're going to build stuff right outside of Disneyland. So like you leave Disneyland, I've never been there, but I heard it's like just being downtown or being somewhere else where it's like check casting places, strip clubs, stuff like that. So that's kind of what you get around our Busch Gardens, but it's always a good time.
But you have a lot of options down there where you're at, though, right? Because you have Universal, you have Busch Gardens. Don't you have a SeaWorld down there too? There's a
Yeah, we have
SeaWorld
SeaWorld.
down
I've
there.
I've been a
Yeah.
couple of times. They're doing some stuff like they got roller coasters at SeaWorld now and stuff like that because they can't take on any more whales or something like that. Like they're getting the sea life. If they have it, they can keep it, but they're not getting any new sea life and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Blackfish made it. I don't know if y'all saw that documentary,
I did.
Blackfish.
I did.
Yeah, Blackfish made it to where they were like, nah.
What's crazy though is I saw Blackfish before I went to SeaWorld. So when I was watching the jumps and the stuff, I was like, oh, we can go down anytime. Like these whales are not happy. They put the killer back in killer whale. But yeah, so where was I going with that? So yeah, we're gonna do something like that, and then whatever, hang out around the pool, lounge, stuff like that. So the plan is to do the least amount possible all spring break.
Well, the weather's warming up down there too, isn't it? I
It
mean,
is. It
like,
is. Yesterday the pool hit 72. Yeah, so it's getting up there. So I'm not getting. I'm still. It's still too cold for me. I'm not getting in there. But the kids can get in there now and not, suffer shock. Aside from that, oh yeah. So I watched Invincible. Like yeah, last episode was crazy. Somebody put on social media like they saved up the entire fight budget for this last fight because it's epic. And it is. It is. Like the animation is crazy. I enjoyed it. I think that my only complaint was that, like you said, those two characters didn't pop up. So I guess season 4 they'll pop up. Like my understanding, because I don't like to read too far ahead, because I've learned like there's still a couple things that haven't happened yet that I know about, and there's a bunch of stuff that did happen that I did know about before time. So I try not to read ahead of time, or to go to forums and stuff like that, because they spoil a lot from the comics. My understanding is that season 4 might be original. That's right. Robert Kirkman said that season 4 might be, or I think he did say it's going to be original storyline. So I think,
so they can go wherever they want. So
yeah,
people
they can go
may
wherever
not
they want to.
know.
Yeah. So I think that's because he has to have. I think he has so many seasons he has to make, right? And he's moving at a fairly fast clip. So I think he has to build out some universe stuff, so that way we don't come up on the comic book ending too quickly.
Well, here's the thing though. So like you don't like to read ahead. Like there are some things I'll see and I'm like I don't understand that, and I'll look into it.
Right.
Like there's some stuff he can do. Like he can even prequel it. Like there's stuff that happens before
Right.
all of
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? That he could just do a season on to prequel it. Be like, hey, here's who this person is who may show up. That it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
we. As much as we've seen in this season, with the person that he was dealing with at the end of this season, and Nolan himself, right, to where we're like, oh, Nolan can't be messed with. You know what I mean? There's people that are more badass out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's be real about it.
Yeah, no,
So
that's true. Because I always wonder where they're gonna go with the books, right? So there's the books that he found, so they could do that. That could be season 4, where they discuss like who are these characters in the books that he wrote about, because it's more of him being an eyewitness to things as opposed to him being a fictional writer. So maybe they dive into that. That'd be pretty cool. Have like vignettes of like, here's where these characters come from.
and I think I'm just saying I really have not read on this or anything, but when it comes to those books, because they didn't really address it in this season. That was a season 2
Yeah,
thing.
not at all.
But I think like their weakness may be divulged in there as well, right? Like maybe there is something in there that where it's like, hey, this is how you defeat Viltrumites or whatever it may be. But yeah, we'll see for sure. But season 4, yeah, I need more of a couple characters, man, to make it happen.
Right.
But the end of this season, like they're leaving it open to where like there's going to be stuff coming from all different angles now, man. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, they have a lot of threads to pull at. So I appreciate it. Like they didn't. It's a balance, right? It's like I don't want to leave it too open ended. So I gotta tie up some of these loose strings, but I also got to give you something to look forward to. So I think they did a pretty good job. I give it a solid A. Like, I think I gave it a B before. I give it an A because I watched it again. That's how good it was. I was like, I'm gonna watch this episode again. I watched a new show called The Pit. So it's a medical show on HBO. Based in Pittsburgh, all fictional. Really, really good. Like I watch medical shows, and I'm not a medical person at all, but I'm just always fascinated by the pace and how they do things. And then obviously they stitch in some drama and what have you. But it's not over the top. It's not like Grey's Anatomy over the top. I don't know if you ever watched Grey's Anatomy. Like sometimes they go a little bit like that's a bit much. Somebody's always dying. One of the characters is always dying and being revived or something like that. So Grey's Anatomy fell off for me, but The Pit so far, I think I'm on episode 10 of 11. Is all this season is, and I'm still really into it. I'm like, okay, you guys doing a really good job. I look forward to watching either if this is still running or some medical show when because my daughter's going to school for nursing, and then Junior wants to go for pre-med. So once they get in the system, I want to sit and watch medical shows with them so they can tell me how much this is
Tell
not
me
right.
the falsities I'm seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, so far so good. I really like it, so I'm looking forward to finishing this season and then whenever the next season pops up. Then the last thing, because I didn't really play any games, was that I watched all of Captain America: Brave New World on YouTube. So I didn't go looking for it. I was just, flipping through. It's early morning, and then you know how it has like the basically like the for you, like here's some things you might want to watch. So they had a thumbnail for Captain America: Brave New World. It says new full movie, and it was like 3 hours was the video. So I was like, it's probably crap. So I click on it, and sure enough, it kicks right into like almost a DVD quality of the movie. It's a little bit darker than it should be, sounds a little bit softer than it should be, but I kept thinking they were gonna at some point it was either gonna get killed or it was gonna be a bad copy. And I watched the entire movie in one sitting.
You would think it was like gonna be like one of those producers just always saying their name in the middle of a song, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it was like DJ Clue, DJ Clue, Desert Star, Desert Star. But no, it was the entire movie. And then at once the movie's over, it didn't loop or anything like that. It just went into like some video game stream they attached it to. So basically, like, hey, I gave you this movie, now watch my stream. And I was like, nope, click. And I'm gonna watch it again, right? So I believe in supporting, the movies you want to watch and stuff like that. I had to go looking for it. Plus, I want to see it in better quality with my sons because they're both into Captain America. But I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's a lot more grounded than previous Captain Americas, obviously, because it's no super soldier serum running through Anthony Mackie's body or whatever. He does take a couple hits where you're like, nah, it shouldn't be. But again, we're talking about people who turn red and can fly, and you know what I mean. So like, you can't be nitpicky.
Suspend disbelief to a
Yeah,
certain.
yeah, but he's taking some blows. But I thought it was well put together. No Captain America movie is ever really about Captain America. It's always something else, right? So like this felt like like we're gonna tie up as many loose ends as we can in one movie. So they addressed stuff from the Hulk, the original Hulk, with what's my man's name?
There's two of
Ed
them. You're talking
Norton.
about Edward Norton, though, yeah.
Yeah, so they continue some stuff in Edward Norton Hulk. They actually go to the what is it? They're not Titans. What's the creature that's sticking out of the ground from Eternals? What are they called? You know what I'm talking about? Like the giant because it's supposed to blow up the world. There's a giant creature that was coming out of the planet.
The Eternals?
Yeah, from the Eternals. What are they called?
I watched the Eternals one time, never watched it again.
Well, like the big people in the sky. What are they called? They had the head in Guardians of the Galaxy where they go to nowhere, and it's
You're talking about,
the
I'm thinking of Sentinels, man.
yeah
Like
Sentinels.
the
Yes.
robot. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so
So
you have the or no, they're not called Sentinels. What are they called? Oh man, somebody's screaming at their radio right now. It'll come back to me right after we get off of here. But basically, I always complained. I complained forever about there's a giant figure sticking out of the ocean, and no one is addressing this. And then every now and then you would see something about it in one of the TV shows, like She-Hulk kind of addressed it. Um, and they finally talk about it, and then they go to it. And I'm just like, finally, they tied up this loose end. Like there's a giant thing sticking out of the ocean. Like wouldn't people be like, what is that?
Celestials?
So yes, this
Celestial?
is thank you. Yes, a giant celestial baby sticking out of the ground. So they finally addressed that as well. And they like I said, they tie up a bunch of loose ends, and it's a more grounded. Even though he's flying and doing some acrobatics that should like put him in a coma, right? He's like going up against jets in his wingsuit. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good action flick. So I think it's definitely worth your time. Now, does it move the needle right to whatever this phase is going to? I don't know because as soon as the credits were about to roll is when they cut it off. So I don't. Maybe there's a scene or something I got to look up to see if it starts to push forward the narrative. But I think as a self-contained movie, I think they did a good job. So I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to Anthony Mackie's Captain America to keep it moving. If it was akin to anything, it would be more like the Winter Soldier or Captain. Yeah, was it? It was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's more like that than any of the other Captain Americas. Again, because he's not Super Soldier, and they address it. They talk about it, right, and make a couple jokes. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. So I recommend. I think it's doing well though. I think it did well in theaters. The score, like I looked at Rotten Tomato score, is not that high, but I can kind of see why, right? Like people are looking for like the more fantastical stuff, which I think will jump off coming up in the Fantastic Four movie, right? But until then, you got kind of like more grimy street level type stuff. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm looking forward to spring break, even though I still got to work. No, I'm off. I don't start my next job till the week after spring break, so I'm going to enjoy this. There it is. But definitely continue to hit up all the websites that go by our name. the other side of the firewall, the other side of the FW, or ask a CISSP. Hit me up at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. You can find me anywhere. LinkedIn is where I'm most active. Yeah, just check out all of our episodes. Monday, Tuesday are our topics. Wednesday, discussion. Thursdays, Ask CISSP. And then Fridays, everything else. Or if you listen to us on Point 1 FM or Channel 10, Public Access, you get it all at one stop shop. So stay safe, stay secure.